Below freezing temperatures are being reported across New York City. It's so cold.
How cold is it?
The Statue of Liberty is now holding her torch under her robe. Under her robe. It's so cold.
How cold is it?
City workers in Times Square spent the day applying rock salt to all the urine. We're gonna keep going. All right. It's so cold.
How cold is it?
This morning I was actually hoping my Uber driver would breathe on me. There's an Uber driver in the house. Nice. Okay, and it's so cold.
How cold is it?
All the meth dealers are working from home. Speaking of cold, in other news, Joe Biden has commuted the death sentence of all the prisoners in federal death row except 3. He made a list, he checked it twice, and he didn't give a Insiders say the president has forgotten so many crimes, he started even by beginning to binge watch The Cosby Show. Yeah, that's really not fair to Theo. He didn't do anything to anybody. The Container Store has filed for bankruptcy. Ironically, though, they have nothing to hold all the paperwork. After nearly 40 years, Party City has also filed for bankruptcy and will close nearly 700 stores. To mark the occasion, they're offering this festive new banner. And finally, yesterday was National Short Person Day. Greg celebrated with his newborn since they're now the same height. All right, now let's get to the real story that matters most. It's 2 days before Christmas, so Merry Christmas, everyone. Even the losers over at MSNBC. Nope, apparently not. And you know Santa is checking his list twice to find out who's been naughty and nice. And by naughty, I don't mean naughty like old men making babies at 60. Or naughty like Angela Lansbury or Martha Stewart. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. R.I.P. Angela. I mean real naughty people who have been so bad they deserve worse than coal in their stockings. Kamala Harris is number 1 on my list. She's proof not doing anything can make you naughty with the border, getting people internet access, or looking the other way while an invalid runs the country. KJP is on the naughty list for lying to the American people about Biden being so quick. Let's take a stroll down memory lane, which he can't.
I would put the president's stamina, president's wisdom, ability to get this done on behalf of the American people against anyone. That is because with age comes wisdom and comes experience. And I think that matters as well. He is as sharp as ever, as I have known him to be in my engagement and my experience with him.
Sharp. Boy, that Biden's sharp. Sharp like butter knife. Also on the naughty list, the Homeland Security Secretary and the entire administration for how they totally effed up the southern border and mishandled the immigration crisis. Alejandro's biggest accomplishment? It's standing out as incompetent in a cabinet that included Mayor Pete and Lloyd Austin. Robert De Niro made the list for just being a This guy would chew out Santa for wearing a red hat. My buddy Glenn Jacobs, former pro wrestler and current mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, he's on the naughty list for saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. CNN and MSNBC are also on the naughty list for not being honest with the American people. Soon the only cheap fakes will be the designer purses that they buy with their unemployment checks. It's a good thing because no one watches them. An honorable mention, Democrat Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro from Connecticut. Last week, she accused President Elon Musk of tanking the spending bill. Watch.
They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, Don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through?
Trump went from Hitler to Hitler's assistant pretty quick. But at least Trump has better hair than Rosa. Remember, oh, there you go. She also wanted female crash test dummies to promote equity in road safety. Roll it.
You also plan to make important investments to address the roadway safety crisis, including the critical funding that would accelerate the development of the use of female dummies in crash testing. This will start to fight the gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims.
But this isn't the first time she's been on the naughty list. Remember when she did this?
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below.
I'm so proud of that. And we can't forget about Teachers Union President Randy Weingart. She's on the naughty list too. And here's what she did last Christmas.
I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister. I'm Mr. 101.
It's uncanny. Now to our nice list. Elon and Vivek for forming the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, and forcing the swamp to stop their and they helped get rid of the, quote, Christmas tree bill that had gifts for everyone under the tree. I also want to put all the dancing NFL players on the nice list. They showed off those moves, improved. They're free to vote for whoever they want and dance about it. And they should never be penalized with the taxes they have to pay. And trust me, I know a little something about dancing. I was the 2012 WWE Slammy Award winner for Dancer of the Year. That's like an Oscar, a freaking Oscar. And let's give it up for Marine Daniel Penny, who was just found not guilty of death of a deranged man on the subway. He was wrongly charged by prosecutors that would have busted Santa for breaking and entering. He stepped up when no one else did, and for that, he's a hero, and on the top of the nice list. And also on the nice list, Bruce Willis, for giving us Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie of all time. And finally, President Trump, for cheating death and giving America its balls back. So deck the halls with MAGA balls. Follow all along.
Hashtag not sad.
Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's like a Santa who's able to powerbomb you through a table. WWE Hall of Famer and co-host of Busted Open Radio on Sirius XM, Bully Ray Dudley. Her glasses are so big, the prescription is IMAX. Host of Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. His favorite season for kissing someone under the camel toe, comedian Joe Norton. She's so pregnant, her body weight is close to double digits. New York Times bestselling author, Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. Bully, I'm going to start with you first. You know a little something about being naughty and nice. You have been a hated villain in wrestling and a beloved babyface. Who would you put at the top of your naughty and nice list this year?
I do agree with the gentleman that we just talked about, the subway who saved the woman.
Brad Pitt, yep.
Yes, he did a terrific thing. Naughty, I think, is the entire Democratic Party for what they've done to the country over the past 4 years.
I agree. Kennedy?
I have to agree with you about KJP. I just think the propaganda was such a huge problem in this country. And you reminded me of the cheap fakes.
Yes.
You know, how they thought that they were just going to use a phrase and it was somehow going to disprove Joe Biden's precipitous decline. And then they would show you the exact same video from 15 different angles.
Yes.
And it's like, no, 10,000 people in a crowd weren't giving you a cheap fake. And he did so much harm to the country, not only with bad policies and questionable morals, but the fact that people like her let him continue in that capacity. Well, I guess President Trump has her to thank for it. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I guess we all do, but boy, that was a hell of a litmus test to get to that point. I'm almost scared to ask, but I have to. Who's on your naughty and nice list?
Tyrus, I would put myself on the naughty list. And the nice list would be any woman willing to straighten me out with a good spanking. Good bare bottom spanking while my little feet kick.
All right. Volunteers in the crowd, sign up. Kat, who's on the naughty and nice list?
So I can't believe there was another Joe missing from your lists. Joe Siwa. Okay. Now, a lot of you might not know who that is, but that's not going to stop me from continuing to talk about this. So Jojo Siwa is, you remember, from the Dance Moms. I've talked about her before. I've told the audience months ago to Google this. So if you haven't, that's not on me. That's not on me. That now is trying to be like an adult and like rebrand herself. I think we should put her on the nice list because she wants to be on the naughty list so bad.
So like someone so bad,
no,
you
because
put them on the nice list.
Her whole thing is like, look at me in my leotard, chugging this vodka on stage and gyrating. And yeah, you may know me from Dance Moms, but I have sex now. And it's like, oh, and it's just so try hard. So we should put her on the nice list because she wants so bad to be naughty. That would crush her.
The old switcheroo.
That would crush her.
She could spank Jim Norton. I mean, it might be good for both of them.
Yes.
Jojo Siwa spanks Jim Norton.
Yes.
That's
I would click, if I saw that was live on Instagram, I would click it.
I would too.
Yeah.
Bare bottom, of course.
It goes without saying. I mean, why cheat the viewers of the whole show? Bully, if there was a table available, I'd ask you to put him through it, but we can't do that for Christmas.
I'm a big Norton fan, so I don't know if I could put him through a table.
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, I guess the next follow-up question would be, would you be willing to spank him, I guess?
Come here, Jimmy.
I mean, the old rule of thumb is it's not gay if it's on TV.
That's what Liberace always said.
Wait, Liberace was gay?
No, he was on TV. Obviously, he wasn't gay.
Wow. I think, for me, the naughty list is so full of, to your point, the entire Democratic Party. How do we get them back on the nice list, Kat? Like, what can they do? What would you tell someone who's on the naughty list? But there's 2 days left of Christmas. There's always time to turn it around.
I think that there's people in both parties that are on the naughty list and on the nice list, but I think that in general, people need to stop letting politics dictate all of their relationships with people, and people need to stop with the whole, oh, if you voted for Trump, you can't come to my Christmas, you're a bad person. It's like, no, there's all kinds of people who voted for Trump. It's not a monolith, and Christmas is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
And like, hang out with your family. Like, most people don't get to see their families that often.
Drink eggnog. Spank Norton under the mistletoe. Or don't. Before we go to break, sad news in the Gutfeld family. Our writer who comes up with the rhymes had a freak accident at his desk. No witnesses, and unfortunately, no rhymes tonight. We wish him a fast recovery. So coming up, what the hell is Joe Biden thinking as he commutes prison sentence of killers? But first, this.
Gutfeld Holiday Memories.
So I remember one year when Greg made his staff work on Christmas, but he's such a sweet guy. He let them leave 20 minutes early, and people say he's not considerate.
Gutfeld Holiday Memories.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.